information. We're going to go through Ocala today, and we're going to ride the Badge of Honor Trail. If you get into any issues, just beep your horn. It should be pretty simple. I mean, we've run this so many times. It's other than sugar sand, going to 4 low on sugar sand. We've got all day to make it the entire trail. If you don't know Ron, he runs the channel Yellow Florida Jeep. Ronicon. Tell us about your channel real quick. Tell everybody.
Ronicon. It's my Jeep is a Rubicon. My name is Ron, so Ronicon. Real technical there. I just post odd stuff. It doesn't matter. It could be Jeep related. It could be a snake in my back porch, or a bear that literally laid down in front of my camera and he's rolling around and yawning. And so I posted that on YouTube.
Not our trail yet, but this is coming into Ocala on Road 49. Definitely looks pretty. Oh, and a gray rat.
What?
A gray rat.
Anybody?
Morning. Morning.
Oh. You're usually not supposed to be feisty like that.
Red rat.
Whoa, why is she so mad?
I don't know.
That's usually not the way they are.
A little feisty. This is a red rat snake or a corn snake. Normally, they're pretty docile. That's a great way to start. Randy? Randy, if you want to get a good
got bit
picture.
by a rat snake. I was weeding, and right there, Christine C.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great picture right there.
I do like red rat snakes. They are pretty, and they're not normally aggressive like that. They're extremely beneficial around the house. They eat rats. So if you see a snake that looks like that, it's best to leave it alone, because they're far better to have those around than rats. But we have crossed over the road, and we're making our way to the southern portion of the Tread Lightly Trail. Gets a little tight, gonna reach out, do a little touching on the Jeep with a few branches reaching this way. But I do like Ocala National Forest. It is huge. It's actually one of the largest contiguous environments that support the sand scrub and the pine trees and the oaks in the southern United States. So it's unique to a diverse wildlife habitat, from bears to coyotes to foxes. There are indigos, gopher tortoises, and deer out here. This is a pretty phenomenal place to go for a ride. So if you're ever in Central Florida, you can get a badge of honor by taking a ride through Ocala National Forest.
No. No.
So Ron took pictures of that with the coordinates to send it to the Forestry Service. State of the trails for the Badge of Honor Tread Lightly Trail in Ocala National Forest. We haven't entered rainy season, so the trails are pretty dry. It's a little bit dusty. Overall, the branches are reaching out, doing a little bit of touching on the side of your Jeep that could result in very minor pen striping, but nothing major like we've seen in Ocala in the past. We're pretty early on in the trail, so we'll let you know as we progress forward to see how the rest of the trail is. We just literally started. Sugar sand is abundant, so be prepared for that.
I love this sinkhole up here next to Baptist Lake.
Yeah, I got out and walked around at one time, saw some snakes, and came back out and had like 5 ticks on my legs.
Those little arachnids.
That looks like a great little watering hole down off to our left there.
It is 9:32 in the morning, a beautiful time to come through here. Thought we were past the little tight stuff, but there is still some tight areas. Some pinstriping.
So on the Badge of Honor trail, it doesn't get trimmed all the time. The Jeep clubs in the area, they do on occasion come out and trim, but there are going to be places where the shrubs on the side are going to touch the side of your Jeep. You may get some pen striping on this trail. It is tight, and Ocala trails are known for being very narrow in a lot of places. If you're driving a TJ or a YJ or a CJ, you're probably fine. When you get into the bigger JKs that are a little bit wider, you're gonna get a whole lot of branches touching the side of your Jeep. Here's what you wanna do is, if you have plastic windows, take them off or open them up, because you do not want to have those branches touching the plastic on your windows, because it will scratch that clear plastic. So we have ours off. The back ones we don't care about, they're old and scratched anyway.
So ticks only feed 3 times in their life, and they can live up to a year or older. But the first time that they feed, they are called seed ticks, S-E-E-D, like a mustard seed. They're itty bitty tiny ticks. So when they first hatch out, they only have 6 legs, and they do not have any parasites in them that can get you sick. So if you get bit by a tick, and it's really, really small, like the size of the ballpoint pen on a writing pen, it may hurt and it itches and it's an aggravation, but you can't get any kind of disease or parasite from that first bite. So up north, ticks like to feed on small mammals. That's why it's important, like after today, sometime tonight, that we do a thorough tick check.
make sure we don't have any ticks on us, because even if it has the parasite that can cause Lyme disease, if we get every tick and remove them tonight, it may still itch and be painful, but you won't get any kind of a disease from it. That's kind of nice. There are some ticks that can actually give you a disease that will make you allergic to all meat in the future. Meaning, if you eat any kind of meat, hamburger, steak, chicken, doesn't matter, you actually can get really sick by eating meat because you got this special parasite from a tick.
Thank you.
Yeah, that one I just walked back wasn't on me attached yet. It was just crawling across my face. While Ron was giving us information about the ticks, I felt something crawling on the side of my face, reached up, pulled it off, and it was a little tick that was crawling on my face. So when I say that there's ticks out here, make sure that you have bug spray on when you come out to Ocala. And if you want, just roll up your windows, don't get out of your Jeep, and you'll be fine. But if you are getting out of your Jeep, you want to make sure that you get your clothes directly into the washer and dryer when you get home so that you can wash them. Don't lay them down on the bed or something like that, because you don't know what kind of ticks are still on your clothing. And then properly remove the tick according to the instructions, or there are tick removal tools that'll do the same thing. Ticks are really nasty little critters, and they are abundant here in Ocala.
We're at one of the clay pits, and the clay pit is actually used so that they can repair the roads here in the Ocala National Forest. So occasionally, as we're driving, you'll see that the sand will turn into a clay surface. That clay comes from these pits. So years ago, you were allowed to come out here and play around. Once again, for insurance reasons, stuff like that, they don't allow it anymore. The sad thing is they do post these and put no trespassing on the entrances. Some people think that if you remove the no trespassing sign, I won't get in trouble if I'm caught. And that's not true. It's ignorance of the law is no excuse. If you're following the Avenza map app, this clay pit is not on it. Therefore, if you get off of the main road into there, you're no longer on the main road, and it's an immediate fine if you're caught. So here's another sad thing. There are some people that are rules followers. They'll follow the rules but don't know that they're supposed to abide by the Avenza map app. And if they approach this and they say, oh wow, look, there's no signs saying I can't do it, that means I'm allowed, they go out into the pit and then they get in trouble because someone else removed a sign that could have protected them or told them not to do it. So, you know, don't do it. Don't do it. Follow the rules. And if you don't know what the rules are, educate yourself or ask someone that does know what the rules are.
Yep. So if you're a social media influencer and you're out here with a group, make sure that you tell your fans about going off trail, whether it's a clay pit in Croom or a clay pit in Ocala or Citrus. The clay pits are used for making the roads, and you will get a ticket, whether it's posted or not posted. Stick with the maps, stay on the named and numbered trails. Even though it looks like a lot of fun, just let your followers know that if we continue to abuse the rules, they simply will close down the trails. So you notice that's a named and numbered road, but something else you should notice is that there is a picture of a Jeep on the top of that pole, signifying that this is a Jeep Badge of Honor trail, or this is appropriate for a licensed highway vehicle. That means if you have a license plate on your vehicle, it's okay to drive on that specific trail. Now, sometimes during the year, they may close them down, so having the Avenza map is beneficial. Also, if you're up here during the week, it's great to stop at the forestry service that is just south of Altoona and talk to them, let them know that you're going out, and if there's anything particular you need to know. The forestry service, again, is just south of Altoona, which is a great place to get gassed up.
What exactly is he? What do I have on here?
What is that?
I don't know. Hold on, because he's gonna jump on me, whatever he is.
He's a grasshopper.
There must have been some high winds out here snapping these trees in half. A lot of these huckleberries are coming in. Be about another month and they'll be ready to eat. Lighter green vegetation about window height that we're passing is huckleberries. I'll take that back and lay in the wall.
The mount actually broke. Last time I was out, it snapped the top off, so I'd rather the mount break because I got another one of those.
And the Ocala National Forest has the largest stand of sand pines in the world, right here in the Ocala National Forest.
Driving down the road, and all of a sudden I saw something piled up on the side. It's kind of brown and kind of washed out, but you know what that means? It's time for an episode of What Kind of Scat Is That with Matt. There's a pile of poo on the side of the road, and today we have a guest star who's going to talk about what that pile of poo means to me and you. Ron, what is this?
Well, it could be either bear or coyote because it's a small diameter. Bear and coyote will both eat berries, so it's really hard to tell which one is which. The only thing that's missing is hair. If there was a bunch of hair in here, there might be some hair right in this area. That would indicate that they're eating rabbits or other small rodents. But I don't see that, so it just means that this time when they relieved themselves, they didn't have a rabbit or a rodent in their system, that's all. But it's really hard to tell. It's pretty small. It could be bear or coyote, but if it's bear, it's a small bear cub.
Well, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to comment below just in case you know exactly what kind of scat is that. We'll see you on the next pile of poo.
The Ocala National Forest has 400 miles of legal roads for us to drive on. If you add all of the forestry roads that are still numbered, but we're not allowed to drive on them, there's many, many more. But we're legally allowed to drive on 400 miles of roads out here.
Well, we saw some bear tracks and we proceeded a little further, and now I want to show you a couple of piles of poo, and we know that this scat is definitely from a bear.
Look how the grass is growing. So they're getting darker. I think these are elderberries, and the other ones are huckleberries.
Look at the diameter of this poop. I mean, that's a pretty thick diameter for poop. This tree has bear hair on it. There's a bear somewhere around here, and we have found ample evidence of these bears. Between that big pile of poo, a scratched up stump where they've dug it up for grubs and bugs.
Oh, it's actually ripe.
Blackberries. That's new. And that was that time we were in Ocala and we found all the piles of bear poop. It's got a memory. Are you looking for a used car? You might just have what you're looking for.
I'm the kind of person that'll put it in first gear, four-wheel drive low, and just creep along this road and listen to the animals, listen to the birds. Doing that, I've actually had bears run in front of me crossing the road before.
Well, it is time for lunch. A little late. We're halfway through the trail and we're stopping at Lena's restaurant, a whale of a meal. We're gonna go in and have some seafood before we finish up the Badge of Honor Trail. Join us as we have a meal. And we were at Lena's Seafood off Highway 40. Having some seafood. Wait until you see what's coming.
Sampling some onions.
So our food has arrived.
Yes.
Oh my. Hold on a second.
Wow.
Let me show you what we got. We got a platter for 2 people of all kinds of seafood here. Look at that. Is that big enough?
This is big enough for your entire stand. You share. It's a plate for 2.
Well, last night I had some shrimp and grits, and I had to say it was the smallest shrimp and grits I have ever gotten. Today is making up for it with this huge platter of food. Where y'all doing?
We were just eating, now we're paying.
Where you at?
Lena Seafood.
Was your seafood good?
Yes.
Should you stop here if you're riding on that trail?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
What is that?
It's that. Welcome to part 2. This is the north end of the Tread Lightly Badge of Honor Trail in Ocala National Forest. We call it the north end because it's north of Highway 40. The south end we did this morning. It's now after lunch and 2:49, and we're starting the north end trail.
I haven't been on this northern section in over a year.
Oh, listen to that.
Y'all know what that sound is.
Now I know what a turd feels like.
Are you guys okay?
We think so. Maybe. Alfonso's crying inside.
I'm crying outside.
Matthew said he's crying outside.
Oh, I sped up a little bit, that way they didn't scrape as long.
Do you just drive fast so it's like ripping a Band-Aid off?
Yeah, Randy can't even stick the camera out the window.
Now we have to protect our arms.
I'm thinking of the camera lens. Rattlesnakes.
Where?
No, that's what that sign says.
Don't forget, if you have traction control, turn that off.
What is this? Are we supposed to be here? That's fine.
Yeah, that's definitely someplace where people have been just out going all over the place.
I've come through here before, and SWC was parked on the other side of the hill, back here behind us, just waiting for someone to get out here and collect.
So that area that we just went through, there was so many places where people were going off the trail and all over the place that you really couldn't hardly tell where the actual trail and road was going. So be aware of where the trail goes. This is not a place that you come out and rip-roar through everything and have a great time. If you want to do that, there are places that you can do that. Right near here, Hard Rock, up in just north of Ocala, is one where you can wheel wherever you want.
I had never heard of that.
Yeah, you can look it up on Google. Like I said, type in wild cats in Florida, and those 3 cats.
Thank you.
Another one where points dig or another rat dig on my back. My brother was doing
Man, we were tired and beat down, and -1 Jeep already, We're about to lose another Jeep.
Maybe.
But we've been through some scratchy trails, some wide trails, some bumpy trails, some sandy trails. We saw some snakes, some hawks, some fox squirrels. We ate some great food. But this has been the Badge of Honor trail that runs through Ocala National Forest. It's the Tread Lightly Trail. That's all you got to look up. And if you have the Jeep app on your phone, you can get a badge for your Jeep. But this has been a Florida Jeep ride today. Day one of our Jeepcation. Wait till you see where we're going next. I'm Matt.
I'm Ron.
I'm Fred.
I'm Cherry.
I'm Liam. Randy.
Emma.
Alfonso.
And this has been a Florida Jeep ride. We'll see you on the next trail. We got some heavier rain coming, and I think I just heard thunder. If there's heavy winds where the sand pines are, they blow over easy, as you've seen by all the down trees that we've passed. So we're kind of going to stay on the main road as we work our way back to pavement. There is a section at the very beginning or very end that winds around, potentially has a lot of logs. And you'll see that on the map. There is a Gaia map that you can download. There is a Onyx off-road map that you can download. There's multiple maps that you can put in to ride this trail. It is a great trail, but it will take you almost all day long to ride this trail because the sheer length. Now, we had a lot of stops to take pictures, to go look at Bear Boop, but good report on the bumper. It's intact. The tire didn't fall off. The people behind us said that hook rub bumper tire carrier is doing what it's supposed to do. And as this rain starts to pour down, I think we're going to stop and put our windows on.
The benefit of the half doors. The only problem is they're not good on scratchy trails because it scratches the plastic.
Two. Well, it's 5:13, and I can see ahead that the rain is just getting heavier and heavier. There's supposed to be some blankets of real heavy rain that could last a couple of hours. Right now, we're on a pothole-ridden road, making our way on out to asphalt, and we're gonna head on up to Gainesville. But if you look ahead, you'll see what we're driving into.